Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost, giving all praise going on to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Yahweh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of our millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back after the spirit with another lesson. And I pray I hope this lesson is edifying. And, this lesson is going into the condition of the woman, and how, this devil set a trap and a trick, and these women fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. They took the bait of the devil. They believed the devil, and now the devil is discarding them. The devil don't need their ass no more. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening. And came across this video from GMS Watchman. And I'm just gonna play it. It speaks for itself. These things are happening, and it's gonna get worse.
My kids have not eaten 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump don't cut no food stamps out. If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamp. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
It's been day 5, and I have not received no food stamps. My disability check is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok, and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching this video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you.
Now that's some entitlement right there. This chick said, I'm gonna block you for not sending me no goddamn money. And you don't even know her. But hey, that right there is the haughty mindset that these women have had for a very long time. And that was a condition that was set up by Esau. Esau Edom set that up for y'all. And y'all fell for that trick and that trap, hook, line, and sinker. And now, as I just said, he don't need you no more, right? So now y'all losing y'all Section 8, y'all food stamps, and this shit about to get bad for y'all, man. It's about to get real bad. So I'm gonna start off with Isaiah 3. It says, this is Isaiah 3:16. It says, Moreover, said the Lord, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and with the wanton eyes, walking with a mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret places. Okay, so that's what's happening. The Lord is striking y'all women. He's visiting y'all proud, y'all haughty-minded, y'all high-minded women. The Lord is visiting y'all, and yeah, it's about time. You only can deal so much of that damn mouth and that damn pride. And even in your downfall, you still have all this pride. Now, I have this here. This is divorce initiated by women. And I did this through Chat GPT. And Chat GPT don't like to give you clear answers unless you corner it. Okay. I asked GPT who it was a black woman, the least married woman, and Chat GPT talking about culturally no. Like, what the hell is that? You see, it says right here, it says, I said, I did not ask if they were less married minded. I asked, were they the least married? You see? So Chat GPT was assuming that I, was saying that the so-called black woman, they didn't consider being married, which, that's a different topic for itself. But um, uh, um, and ChatGPT, gave me a very arbitrary answer, right? Like kind of like defending them a little bit. So then I had to correct them, and then it says, "Oh, you're asking purely statistically, not culturally." Yeah, what the fuck you mean? I mean, I don't know if ChatGPT is programmed for that, but ChatGPT definitely would throw you a bullshit answer. And if you don't already know the answer to the question, which I already know the answer, right? Then, you can be deceived. But if you know the answer to the question that you're asking, you can kind of corner it. All right. So that was a question. Are Black women in the U.S. the least married group of women in the world or among them? And the data says yes, Black women are the least married majority demographic of women in the United States. Right. So it goes through it. Only 26 to 28 of adult Black women are currently married in the U.S. And that's less than that. That's just according to the census, and the census lies. Black demographic compared to all of U.S. women, white women, Hispanic women, Asian women. So within the U.S., they're the least married group of women by percentage. And it says yes, in the world, yes, among the least married, but not absolutely the least. You see that bullshit that is saying yes, the so-called Black woman is the least married woman in the world. And it says it goes into Black women U.S. 27%, all women, Nigerian women 70, Japanese women, so it gives a statistical breakdown of all of the women that um all these countries of women where you know the marriage rate is higher, but the so-called Black woman is the least married group in the world. And it says, yes, Black women in the U.S. are statistically among the least married groups of women in the world. And they are the least married major demographic within the United States. So they losing on all fronts, okay? So, I brought that out just to show that this attitude right here, this one, I'm going to play it again.
My kids have not eaten 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut no food stamps off. If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamp. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability check is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching the video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you.
Good. All right, so I can give me 1 second. So you see the entitlement, and this is the mindset of the average Black woman. And I got videos, more videos, but before you see Isaiah 4:1 happen, you're going to see you're going to see a lot of bad things happen to these women, because these women have to be humbled, okay? I mean, this woman going to say it's the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids. What about the father? Where's the daddy at? You see, the thing is y'all women have y'all have cast off the man, right, for the government, and now the government is dismissing you. You destroyed the relationship with you and your man, the so-called Black man. He don't want you no more. You see, the energy is out to leave the so-called Black woman alone. Period. Now I got another video, and I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. Just to get, I wasn't gonna play this video because this isn't just here in the United States. This is all over. You see, I was watching this earlier. 90% of Chinese women regret divorce. and it's like a 72% divorce rate in China too. So there was another video. Yeah, this one. Here we go.
Character and her mouth.
All right, listen to this. Listen to this woman.
Right.
Just, think she look good, full of her fucking self, and just talking shit.
I think women belong to y'all, and women ain't supposed to be shit but wives and mothers and cooking and.
First off, when we were talking about women being wives, we were definitely not talking about women like you. Listen to your mouth. This is not a wife. This woman can fulfill no wife duties, which only leads to one other thing: them streets. And most men would agree, based on the type of woman that we know we lock down, the women that we take serious, we know also that right now, currently, in some city, this woman is having meaningless, frivolous, and casual sex. Right?
Cleaning and hooting and hollering after you motherfuckers. Go sit down. Get off the internet. It is 2025. Women are running shit now.
If you're running shit, then that means you're responsible for everything that people are seeing take place in the Black community. Right? Let's go.
We make our own money. We are business owners. We can open our own bank account. We don't need you niggas like we used to no more. So all that shit y'all be talking is irrelevant. Y'all either gonna get with it or get the fuck lost. Learn how to respect us as women and individuals.
She said either we're gonna learn how to respect them or get lost. I have a question, and this is for everybody, right?
That's
with this
that's
woman's
enough of that.
demeanor.
I just wanted you to see the demeanor and the attitude of these so-called Black women that leads to this.
My kids have not eaten 5 days. It is a tax.
So that type of attitude, right, is what's going to lead to a lot of these women being in this distressed mind state because you think that you're more than what you are. And that's just how it is. You women think that you all are more than what you really are. And you're not more than that. You're not more than a female servant. You were put here to serve your man. And that's it. That was your whole job. Just like the whole duty of man is to serve the Lord, the whole duty of the woman was to serve her man. That's it. Okay? So all of this other things that you're talking about, this is why this is about to happen. All right? So I'm going to go to Isaiah 3:16. I'm going to read it. I'm going to start reading 17. I already read that one. So we go to 17. It says, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. So this is why you got these women that are bald, they can't wear their hair, and then when you really look at it, a lot of the things that they do to their hair to hide their hair is what actually destroys their hair even further. All right. So the Lord took their hair away, and they all walking around in leggings. Right. Everywhere you go, you see these women in leggings, and they got their body out, and there's no shame in that. They don't understand that and this to show you how stupid these females are. They don't understand that you're really naked. Okay. You're literally walking around in public naked, and you can't tell them that they're not because they're stupid. And that is what it is. You can't tell her, well, I can see your box. I can see every dimple. I can see this. I can see that. You're going to be called something for noticing her being naked, which shows you the stupidity of this shit, of how these women think. Okay? It says, in that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of the tinkling ornaments about their feet. I want to see what that word bravery means. Let's look at that. And it says beauty, splendor, glory, beauty. Okay. So the Lord is going to, take away It says the bravery of their tinkling ornaments, all that beauty about their feet, your nice shape, your pretty jewels that you will put on your legs and all that stuff. The Lord taking that away. It says where was I? 18. I still like it. And it says, no, what's in there? Yeah. It's like it. And it says, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calves and their round tires like the moon. And you know what that's talking about, That nice round shape, that hourglass figure that men like to see. That's why we see all these fat ass women around here. They all fat. Everywhere you go, you'll see about 80% fat people. Most of them women. Okay? The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of legs and the headbands and the tables and the earrings and the rings and and nose jewels and changeable suits of apparel and mantles and the wimples and the crispin pans, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass, instead of a sweet smell, there should be a stank, and instead of a girdle rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher grinding and sackcloth, and instead of and burning instead of beauty. So you can be fat, bald headed, you're gonna stank, okay? And you're gonna be ugly. Fat, bald headed, stank, and ugly. And that's what a lot of y'all women have become. And then the other ones that do, look like this chick right here that's talking all that shit, right? This chick,
Character.
they have a really ugly disposition. They're ugly on the inside. Okay. So let's go to Isaiah 13. Oop. It's Isaiah 13 and 11. And it says, and I will punish the world for their iniquity and the wicked. I'm sorry, Salaka. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And that goes for you women as well. That's why I brought that out. You are so full of pride and haughty and high-minded. And you all are terrible. Okay? You'll take a man to court and take all his shit, and he'll be a good, hard-working man. You'll destroy a man's life for nothing, just for shits and giggles, and this happened time and time again. You'll take a man's children away and then use his children as a weapon against him. And a lot of y'all women and killed the children. Now, I'm not exempting the men because men have fell into abuse cases too, but by far women do way more abuse to the children and use the children in malicious and evil ways far more than the man. Okay? So yeah, y'all women are terrible. And the Lord says he's going to lay all that down. And it says, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So the Lord is going to make men more precious. Now, when you go here and you go back to the title of this brother's video, right?
My kids have nothing.
It says, Yahushua is visiting the daughters of Zion. You better find a man of Yahushua quickly and keep him. You see? Because that man is going to be the man that's valuable in the times that we're coming into, because the hedge he's going to have a hedge around him that's going to be provided through Yahweh and Yahushua. Okay? That's how it's, and if you're not around that man, you're not going to have any hedge. You're not going to have guns and weapons and all those things to protect you. None of that shit ain't going to matter. Hell, a lot of you preppers out there that's been prepping food, a lot of y'all going to die. You ain't even be able to get to your food. Okay? That food stored up for something else. So unless you got the Lord with you, you're not gonna survive this. Okay. So I'll read that again. This is Isaiah 13:12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. All right. So y'all women gonna be out here searching for men that's going to help give you that provision, because this world is going to be a very unsafe place. Okay. So I'm going to go to Isaiah 30 because you all, excuse me. Excuse me. It says, woe. And this right here is a shout out to y'all women. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take of counsel, but not of me, that covering with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's y'all women. What did y'all do? Y'all did this to go down into Egypt, and they have not asked of my mouth. You women are the vast majority of people that go to the government for assistance, and y'all get it. Y'all get it. Okay? You don't depend on the Lord or a man. Y'all got it. All right? It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's talking about Babylon. That's why it's specific and say the shadow of Egypt. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's what's happening right now. Because y'all women are losing all those things that you once thought that was going to be able to support you for a very long time. And it's not. Okay? This is Isaiah 12:30. It says, I'm going to go up a little bit. This is Isaiah 30:9. It says, this is a rebellious people, a lying children. And this is talking about the whole of Israel. But in this particular instance, I'm referring to the women, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and say to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, but speak to us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And y'all women don't be wanting to hear it. Y'all don't want to hear y'all shortcomings and the accountability you have to have in order to in order to reach salvation, the things that you have to do. Y'all don't want to turn and face that. Okay? Y'all in return, 30 Isaiah 30:11, get out the way, turn out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Don't tell us what we're supposed to do according to the Bible, according to the scriptures. We don't want to hear that. And it says, it says, you know what? Slack, I missed verse 10. It says, verse 10, that says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And that's, you all don't want to hear what you all are supposed to do as women. You want to do with Esau, still falling for the same trick as you did back in the Garden of Eden with the serpent. Okay? And it says, get out the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. No, you don't want to hear this truth. You don't want to hear what you're really supposed to be, what you really are. You want to be more than what you are. It says, wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore, this iniquity shall be as to you, this iniquity to be as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of a high wall, whose breaketh coming suddenly at an instant. Okay? So as Babylon starts to collapse, you all are going to feel this because you are directly plugged into the system. All right? You are plugged into the system. So you've been dependent on this system for so long that you have cast off any type of protection from a man. And this is why Isaiah 4:1 is going to come into effect so hard. because when this, as Elder Yashawoman, he did a video, a couple weeks back, and he went into when Jerusalem fell, because this scripture in Isaiah 13, this is this really talking about what was happening back then and how the women were behaving how they are right now. Okay. And one of the reasons why the Lord, hit their hair was because they took, so much pride in their hair, doing the same type of doo-wops they're doing now. They was doing it back then. All right. So the Lord, he took their hair away. So back then, when Jerusalem had collapsed, the women were the ones who that thought like this were the ones who suffered the most because they had no covering. So as we go into this collapse and we go into Jacob's trouble, you women aren't going to have any covering. That's why I brought out in that Isaiah that I should make a man more precious than gold, because men are going to be very valuable. The men of the Lord per se. That's because you're going to have a lot of men out there still, but only the men of the Lord are going to really be walking around like nothing ain't. Some of them will be walking around like they like they got something protecting them. Okay. So, hey, just like Esau got to get his get back, so do y'all women. Yeah. And I'm going to close on this. And this reads, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is the Lord? Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, and she shall be trodden down as the mire in the street, as the mire in the street." Men are not going to care about y'all women in this messed up position. They're not going to care. Okay? They really don't care now. All right? So, hey, it is what it is for y'all. This is what y'all wanted, so this is what y'all getting. So with that, I pray this is edifying. I'm going to end it off by giving all praise going on to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Karkadash, Shalom.